Hey everybody, welcome back to The Pressing Matters. I'm Scott. Thank you for tuning in today and thank you for your support. When I think of my journey learning about jazz, one of my favorite discoveries has been learning about Roy DuNann and contemporary records. Whenever I hear Roy DuNann's engineering work on a contemporary record, I'm blown away. I'm blown away by the realism in which he records each instrument and the way they are combined into a whole. This became apparent as I explored these releases through the Acoustic Sounds Contemporary Series. I don't have many original copies. The nice thing about this reissue series is they are being recut by Bernie Grundman. Bernie Grundman was the original mastering engineer. This was pretty much his first job way back in the 60s, in the late 50s. This was recorded in 1957. And it's just unbelievable to me that he was able to create a sound that was so far in advance of what others were doing. The combination of these two people, Roy DuNann and Bernie Grundman, produced magical records, and this is one of the best. Sonny Rollins, Way Out West. I had the first audiophile reissue of this that was put out by Analog Productions way back when I first started exploring jazz. I don't know exactly what happened. It was APJ 008, 1992. I guess I wasn't quite ready for jazz yet, and for some reason I passed it on, and I don't have it any longer. A big mistake. That was an all-tube mastering by Doug Sax. However, as soon as this was announced, I knew that I had to have this. This is a new cut by Bernie Grundman, the original mastering engineer for Contemporary Records. The fact that he's come full circle and is doing this work and doing it so beautifully is such a gift to all of us jazz lovers and audiophiles. This is the new reissue from the Acoustic Sounds Contemporary Series. I've reviewed many of these, and each one has gotten a rave review. And this one's going to be a rave as well. When you think this was recorded in 1957 at 3 a.m. in the morning, trying to get these three artists together who had never worked together before, it's amazing the result that came out. On this record, we have Sonny Rollins on tenor sax, Ray Brown on bass, and Shelly Manne on drums. Three of my favorite artists. I've really gotten into Ray Brown and Shelly Manne too. Every time I see their names on a record, I pick it up. Sonny Rollins, I've gotten some of the Impulse stuff and a few other things. And I love Sonny Rollins as well. He's one of my favorite tenor saxophonists. So putting them in combination, in this simple combo, produced wonderful results. This record has 6 cuts on it. A couple of them are Western inspired, as you can see from the jacket. I always love this jacket. I don't love the typography on the jacket though. It's really hard to read, and over the years different reissues have tried to solve this by making this white and dropping the in stereo, but this is how it was done originally. There are 6 tracks. I'm an Old Cowhand by Johnny Mercer, Solitude by Duke Ellington, Come Gone by Sonny Rollins, Wagon Wheels by Peter DeRose and Billy Hill, There Is No Greater Love by Isham Jones and Marty Symes, and Way Out West, another original by Sonny Rollins. This was recorded at Contemporary Studio in Los Angeles, March 7th. The stereo release has some hole in the middle effect. There is sometimes where you get images coming together, but basically it's Sonny Rollins on the left and Ray Brown and Shelly Manne on the right. I did notice at times throughout the record, cymbals would sometimes creep across into the middle as well as the bass, but pretty much everything is staying right where it is. I don't find this a problem, but I imagine the mono reissue is a little more coherent. But no matter, when this record starts, you will be amazed at the sound. I made some notes on a couple of the tracks that were my favorite. The one that opens the album is called I'm an Old Cowhand by Johnny Mercer. Right at the beginning, you hear Shelly Manne tapping out on the drum, a Western sounding clip-clop type of sound. He's using some other percussion instrument. It sounds kind of like what you would picture a horse clopping. Then Sonny launches into his beautiful performance. The sound that Roy DuNann captured on Sonny Rollins is incredible. It's just mind-blowingly good. It's so realistic. It just hangs right there in front of you in the left channel with all kinds of nuance and brilliance and warmth. Fabulous. I was speechless when I heard how good this sounds on this reissue. The drums are recorded extremely well too. This is something I noticed about Roy DuNann. He must have set up each thing individually and tweaked it to the maximum to get the full realistic effect of each instrument. And the drum sound is fabulous too. Cymbals float above the sound stage. The skin on the drums is very evident. You can hear it resonating. And the power in the drums, when appropriate, is there. The delicacy, when it's just light taps, brush strokes, is riveting. The bass sound. Now, I first became aware of Ray Brown through Solar Energy. And in that record, he is the star, so the bass is really out forward and very detailed. In this track, in this album, the bass sound is a little more rounded off and subdued, but you still hear the most realistic bass sound. It feels like the strings are being plucked right in front of you, with wonderful deep resonance in the bass and a marvelous sense of movement as he plays these walking bass notes all throughout this album. They move from each other. Sonny Rollins will do something with just light bass and drums on one side. And Sonny's just filling out every space with these, sounds like improvisation, but I'm sure it's planned. Beautiful, beautiful creative playing from Sonny Rollins. And then it will go over to a solo for Ray Brown, and that's wonderful too. And then you'll hear something very special from Shelly Manne. And this happens throughout the album on each track. It's incredible. Bernie Grundman did a wonderful job remastering this. It's one of the best sounding records I've heard in a while, and I definitely wanted to bring it to your attention. The pressing was flawless. You know, I have a sugar cube here, and I rarely use it, only for compromised records, so it was out of the system. It was flawless. There was not one tick or anything in this record, and it sounds like what you would expect a UHQR or a one-step to sound. Absolutely incredible. Guys, this is a reissue worth picking up. It is only $29.95. It's amazing that they can do this for this price, and it's a gift to us, a Christmas gift. And I suggest you get this for your Christmas gift for yourself. You will be very, very happy with this record. I loved it. Musically, I loved it. It is sonically beautiful and a great demo disc as well. Very nice job from the Contemporary Acoustic Sounds Series and Bernie Grundman. Thank you so much for giving us this. I am delighted with it. I think you will be too. Let me know what you think in the comments. Until next time, I'm Scott for the Pressing Matters. Have a great day.